When I first heard Shane Black was going to be directing a new Predator movie, I was pretty excited. After all, he had been there from the beginning, he'd acted in the first film itself, and even helped write the script. If there's anyone out there in Hollywood who'd understand what makes a Predator film, it's gotta be him, right? We were also long overdue for another Predator movie, as we hadn't had one in 8 years. Unfortunately, after the script leaked and we saw those infamous on-set photos, it looked like it was going to give AVP 2 a run for its money as the stupidest Predator or Alien film. After a 6-month delay when it finally released, what we got was a ridiculous, dumb joke of a film, and felt more like a parody than the serious entry fans had been asking for. It changed established law, placed a child actor front and centre, had a CGI Predator that was way over the top, and generally took a massive dump on the franchise. The first eye-roll moment came when I first learned they were calling it The Predator. Does it get any more unimaginative than that? Plus it has 2 Predators, not 1, so it doesn't even make sense. And then that photo of the cast showing the film was going to have a kid as one of the main characters. The story focuses on Quinn McKenna, a sniper attached to a special unit on an assassination mission in Mexico, when out of the blue an alien spaceship comes crashing to Earth and he accidentally subdues the Predator that was inside. After that, he takes some of the Predator's technology and mails it back to his house where his son Rory finds it and starts messing around with the alien tech. Then after a US government agency called Project Stargazer have captured the Predator and taken it back to their base for study, it escapes and goes after Quinn to get its stuff back. Quinn has found himself imprisoned by the military and joins a group of other military prisoners called the Loonies, and they all manage to escape from the prison bus they were being transported on to find Quinn's son before the Predator reaches him. But it turns out the Predator is a fugitive of their kind and was attempting to defect to Earth and give the humans technology to fight an impending Predator invasion. A second genetically hybridized Predator called the Assassin is after the fugitive and wants to destroy his ship and prevent him handing the weapon over to the humans. They are joined by an evolutionary biologist named Casey and pursued by the leader of Project Stargazer, Traeger. Barely 10 minutes in, I was already wincing at the sheer stupidity of the story and characters. All I was thinking was why? Why does he put on the Predator's gauntlet when he has no idea what it is or where it came from? He's just seen it come from an alien ship. Who knows what kind of germs it could have on it or how it could react when coming into contact with human skin? Why does the Predator, after having just barely survived his ejection from the crashing ship, waste time hanging up a random soldier he's just killed? Wouldn't he be better off hiding or trying to carry on with his mission? How does he manage to send alien technology through the mail to his house from outside the country and make it through customs? Why does the wrist gauntlet just spit out the cloaking ball, and why does he decide to swallow it and crap it out later when he could just use it to hide from the US agents who've come to arrest him? And that was all from just the first 10 minutes, and the next hour and a half is littered with even more nonsense that either makes no sense or is just plain stupid. Like how when the Predator's ship's crashing, it's in the day, but then when it lands, it's at night. And how they actually call the Predators predators in universe, and how it thinks autism makes you really smart with a photographic memory and OCD, and how it claims it to be, and I shit you not, the next stage in the evolutionary chain, and that's why the Predator wants his DNA.
What the fuck?
And how the kid uses the Predator mask to go trick-or-treating, and someone throws a tin can at his head and it returns fire and blows him up. And how it has subtitles for the Predators when they talk, and how the Predator cuts off a soldier's arm and then picks it up and uses it to give a thumbs up to trick the driver, and how it bastardizes quotes from the first film in the absolute cringiest way possible.
You are one beautiful motherfucker.
Get to the choppers!
Like I said earlier, it feels more like a parody than an actual Predator film. There's this bit where the assassin shoots a guy in the dick with his wrist blade, and then a guy throws a shuriken and it comes back and cuts his hand off. And then that bit where the bad guy is using a plasma caster and then he turns his head and shoots his own head off. And then they even do the bit where he says, "What the hell are you?" but then he says, "Shut the F up," and shoots him. And the characters all just act like a bunch of cringy fucking idiots, always screwing around and making stupid jokes even when they're getting killed. Remember in Predator 1 how everyone looked absolutely terrified when they realised what they were up against, how convincing the actors were, and how they actually looked fearful for their own damn lives, unlike these clowns. And then when it comes time to start killing the characters off, it feels so all of a sudden and unsatisfying. There are major characters' death scenes where you can blink and you'll miss them. And then probably the stupidest, most cringiest bit was at the end where they open the pod and it has a Predator Iron Man suit that comes out and attaches to the guy. And it looks like they were trying to make it look like there'd be a sequel. Like, in what world did they think they were going to get a sequel to this dog water film? Some other negatives are an overuse of the Predator 1 music. The Predator dogs are ridiculous, like they took a concept that had already been done in the last film Predators and done it worse. And of course it wouldn't be a modern movie without them trying to beat you over the head with climate change. Yeah, because we don't hear enough about that as it is, we need it in our entertainment too.
How long before climate change renders this planet unlivable? 2 generations? 1?
We're an endangered species, and they know it.
I feel less intelligent after having watched The Predator, and if it was around 50 years ago, they could have used it to lobotomise people. It makes Predator 2 and Predators look like masterpieces in comparison. At least they fucking tried. I'd say they managed to make an even stupider film than AVPR. Now that's impressive. I honestly think they should have made this just not a Predator film and instead just made up their own alien for it, and it could have passed for a less funny, less intelligent Pool type of film. I think what the studios don't realise is that when they make these really stupid films in well-loved franchises, what they're doing is cheapening their own brand, and all they're doing is vandalising their own franchise trying to chase after quote-unquote modern audiences with an 80s property, yeah, because that makes sense. And it's clear that neither Shane Black or 20th Century Fox understands anything about what made the first film as great as it was. The only things I liked about The Predator was, I thought it looked cool where the blood pours on the cloaked Predator revealing his form. I think in a better context than another movie that could have made for a cool little sequence. I also thought the practical suit for the fugitive Predator was pretty good, not the best we've seen, but good. And I thought it was cool when he was escaping the lab and he takes out all those guards and scientists, and then I found maybe 3 or 4 of the jokes funny. I think the only type of person I could recommend The Predator to would be to someone who's never seen any of the other films, especially the first one, and or has no interest in the lore and just wants to see a silly, kind of funny movie. Especially if you're drunk while watching it, then it may provide some mindless fun and give you a couple of laughs too. Apart from that, it's hard to think of anyone who will like it. Let me know what you thought about The Predator in the comments, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Also, you can now become a channel member if that's something that interests you. So that's it, I've now reviewed every Predator movie. Next is the big one, the review of Prey when that drops in just a few days. Make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.